Hey, what is up you guys? Welcome back. Today I'm gonna show you how you can fill up on buff balance. There are a few different ways and I'm going to tell or show how to do them. I'm gonna go through it quickly so I don't take too much of your time. First, let me answer a question that you might have, is why buff balance in general? Why would you need it? It's because this is a Chinese marketplace for CSGO skins basically, and it's so big that sometimes people want to buy certain skins that, for example, are cheaper or they don't even exist on other marketplaces because they're so rare, and that's why they want to get this buff balance so they can buy the skin basically. In a nutshell, that's about it. Of course, there are more details, but I'm not gonna go into them in this video. Okay, the first way, which is the most intuitive one, the one that people think of first, is just deposit through your bank account. But sadly, that is not possible unless you're from China. So only if you are from there, you can do it this way. If you're from somewhere else, you cannot deposit straight to the website, so that's why we even need other methods in the first place. The first method would be buying buff balance from people like Jesus, Anomaly, Zipple, famous people that would have something to lose if they were to scam somebody. So it's better for them to actually be clean because they get more business and they get more popular this way. For example, in this post right here, Jesus announces that he had 122k of buff balance available for sale, and it usually goes pretty quickly, so you have to jump in and buy some basically. I don't know if he has a minimum, but probably around $100 if you spend, he's gonna do it for you. I haven't really done this myself, but as I'm aware, you buy like a 3-cent skin and then you put it for sale on buff for $100 or however much balance you want to get, and then this person buys it from you for that sum, so you end up getting 97.5% of the money that he spent because the website takes 2.5%. Some people do cover the 2.5% on their side, others don't. It really depends on what is their profit margin and how competitive they are. But in general, you should expect to pay anywhere from 100 to 105% of the buff balance that you're gonna get. So for example, if you want to get $100 worth of buff balance, you're gonna have to spend 105 or something like that, maybe less, maybe more. It depends on the time, who you're dealing with and stuff like that. But you don't get the maximum squeeze out of it, right? These people aren't just doing it for the sake of doing it, they're doing it to profit. So there is a margin that they're profiting on. But if you want, you can just do what they do to obtain the buff balance. So in that way, you can get a better price without having to pay for this service. And that's basically the third kind of way to get buff balance. Let's talk about that as well. Also, I might start selling buff balance myself for around the market price which is currently selling, like other YouTubers do it on Twitter and stuff like that. So yeah, follow my Twitter. If I start doing that, I will announce it there, also on Discord. I'm not gonna do it quite soon because at this point I need buff balance myself, so I'm not really willing to sell it just because I kind of need it. So yeah, however, here is how I obtain my buff balance. Usually I just buy skins on a third-party website where I can use my bank account. Mostly I use Skinboard, so I will show you this one. For example, there is this butterfly knife with a 29% discount. We'll look at it, the price for it is 505 euros. On buff, we would be able to sell this knife for around 495, meaning that the price on buff is about 2% lower. But also remember that buff takes a 2.5% fee, so basically if we buy this item and sell it on buff, we're gonna get 5% less buff balance, which isn't terrible. If you compare it to buying from a YouTuber, it's about the same, right? You're getting about the same amount of buck for your bank. But this isn't a great example, and that's because when there are good examples, people usually tend to buy them quite quickly, so you have to be very receptive and get those items. This right here is the history of all the items that I bought for cash, and then I sold them on buff to get buff balance. You can also see the different colors. The red ones are the ones I went into negative, and the green ones I went into positive. And as of lately, there is way more green ones just because I've been adjusting and getting better at finding good items to sell on buff. Because that's just how it goes. If you do something for a time, you get better at it. But over here, you can see my summary. This is how much I've spent. This is how much I got on buff after tax, meaning that I grew by 5%. So in this way, had I spent 100 euros to buy an item on a third-party website where I can use my bank, then I would get 105 euros on buff, rather than going the other way around. So basically this way, for me, it is 10% better than buying from YouTubers or something like that. Of course, I'm not saying they should be selling it for cheaper, because this is a service that is much faster than doing this, but this way you get the most out of your money. If you would rather do something and wait a little bit and get more for your money, this is the best way for you. Otherwise, then you should just skip the struggle and go straight to a dealer and get that from him. Just make sure that they're trusted. Like, I would personally buy from the people I've mentioned before. I think also Card Knight in our Discord server sells buff balance. I can trust him. But yeah, anyway, I hope that this video has brought at least a tiny bit of help to anyone that is wondering how to get balance. Yeah, if you have any questions, drop them in Twitter, Discord, whatever you want, even in the comments. I will answer, and yeah, have a nice rest of the day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, make sure to check out the previous video that I made, the 6th episode of flipping skins to a car. It's going quite great. After that episode, it's not going so great just because a lot of my money are stuck into items, but yeah, go watch that. Go watch that.